to share the journal that I have been working on this month as part of the August Junk Journal collaboration hosted by Raindrop Lila. And I have been slowly but steadily working on my journal. If you stay tuned for the second part of this video, I'm going to have a fast play of me assembling the cover, so you'll be able to see me put down the background and then all of the bits in the front, but I'm going to do just a little bit of a show and tell first. And today is actually, so I have not been following along each day, but we are pretty far along in the collaboration. But even if you haven't had a chance to work with these digitals yet, there's still plenty of time, because you can always download them and go back and find inspiration from all of the wonderful collaborators that are on this project. And I will link everybody below in my channel. So each day there has been a different artist sharing their take on the prompt of the day, and just so much inspiration out there for you. If you're on Instagram, you can search for the hashtag August Junk Journal. You can also, of course, look at Raindrop Lila's page and you will find all the information there. But this is my cover, and I went back and forth with some different options for it, and you'll see that in the video. And I still may do a little bit of tweaking, but this is what I have so far. I do have a vintage lace tassel that I've just put together using some different laces and some pink sari silk. And this is how the cover looks right now. So I used a lot of vintage lace in the background, and I used all of the wonderful fussy cuts from the Blessing 2 collection. Some of these can be found in the freebie that Lydia has available, and I'll link that below. And then there are a couple of different kits that I've used for this particular journal cover. So I started out, I wanted to add a lot of lace flowers, but then as I started adding some of the images, rather than the flowers be the focus, I really wanted the digitals to be the focus. The colors are really so pretty, and they really make everything pop. I went back and forth with what image I wanted to use in between the different butterfly layers, and I settled on this one because it is just a gorgeous image. I debated going with this one because I love this mirror. I think this is so fun, but I think that soft green just kind of sets off the other colors. So I am happy with all of the different images I used. A lot of times when I make a cover, I'll go back in and like tuck different stuff in different places. In fact, when you watch the fast play of this, of me actually assembling the cover, you'll see me like go back and forth between a lot of things. I have tucked in some different little bits from the kit, even since I filmed myself doing that. And then I had this great little ribbon rose here that matches perfectly, and I found this in a drawer somewhere, just like a wooden piece that I had, so I added that. And I really didn't do anything to the digitals other than I inked them with, I believe, antique linen distress ink, and then I added a bit of glossy accents to the little butterfly bodies, and that's it. I considered using stickles, but I mean, the colors pop so nicely that I didn't really think it needed that sparkle. I have a little bit of sparkle here from a vintage button, and then I have a pretty mother of pearl one there. And I love the fussy cuts. They're great. They're beautiful, such fun colors. And I originally had this tassel without the pink sari silk, and then when I added the different pink flowers, I wanted to make sure I had something in the tassel as well to offset that, or not to offset that, but to complement it rather. This journal also, and I'll flip through really quickly, I haven't done a whole lot inside. That is the next thing I'm going to do. In fact, I have a ton of ephemera that I've printed from the kits. I have this little one from a previous kit that I may work in there, but there are some great images, and I love the images she has that are outlined in black. Just a great contrast to some of those bright colors. So there's so many great things to use. These flowers have been my favorite, and they come in different colors. So many great things to use on any project you decide to make. I also want to make some cards and things like that with all of the leftover bits that I have. But in addition to this being part of the August Junk Journal collaboration, I'm actually part of something. If you're over on Whatnot, there is a show hosted by Sisters in Bloom, and I know this is tiny so you can't really see it, but I'll put the link below too. Sisters in Bloom is hosting a Junk Journal showdown, and basically it's going to be a day of everybody sharing the journals they made and people are going to bid on them. And then at the end of the day, there's going to be a winner named for the showdown. So this is the one I'm going to enter this journal, and it will be for sale on this date, which is September 5th. And that will be on my channel on Whatnot. So I'll leave the information for that below, but I still have quite a bit of work to do in here. But the inside, I haven't really done anything else since the last video. So it still has all the gorgeous papers. There's a lot of really great digitals from the collection. I have some different tags and things tucked here that I know I want to do something with them. I have some different antique book pages and ephemera and things. But overall, really, the digitals are what steals the show in this journal. Just absolutely gorgeous digitals. So, oh, and on the back, I added just a couple of lace layers. I'm not sure if I'm going to layer it up with more lace. I will decide, but I was so focused on getting the cover done that is where all that's where all my time went the last couple of days. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Lydia, thank you so much for hosting this wonderful collaboration. I am having a great time using your beautiful works of art, and I will be back to share the journal when it is completed. For the rest of this video, you're going to see me creating the cover that I just showed you. I am starting by layering up laces, lots and lots of layers, and letting that be my background, and then I will use that as a base for all of the gorgeous ephemera pieces that I'm going to layer up on there. I am not going to put any music in the background of this, but I hope you stay tuned and watch me create. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks, guys, so much. Hello.
Nope, 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 get out. Can't eat that.
Aw.